Welcome back, everyone.
Clarota, what do you suggest we do? There are hundreds upon thousands of Aelithid rushing at us right now.
Stay but a moment. I will talk to them.
Are you with us?
We will discuss that when we get out of here.
Because you disappeared for the whole fight.
If it wasn't for me, you'd still be fighting that damn thing.
What on earth are you talking
Silence.
about? Dispel magic.
Counterspell.
I turn him into a goat.
If we have...
He has to say that. It doesn't work.
I know.
Okay, then I'll banish him.
Also requires verbal.
I can't. I have to touch him,
Yeah,
right?
but you also have to be able to speak. Fuck! So, while you're talking to him, Scanlan is like tapping you and mouthing words.
So, if she doesn't want to destroy it, I say there's something awful, and Keyleth, I believe you want to destroy it, yes?
Well, yes.
I dispel silence.
Okay.
Let's get some
hi.
information.
3 mind flayers glide in.
Oh, I nudged my arrow.
No, stop! Down, no, don't.
2 small, bipedal, brain-like
No,
creatures.
no!
Clarota with the hands up, turns around, pulls back the hood, and steps towards the other mind flayers. There's a good 20 or 30 seconds of silence as they just kind of look at each other. One reaches over and pulls the cap from the back of his head.
Oh, fuck.
The creases in his kind of awful, rubbery, fleshy face almost give a look of joy. All the mind flayers at once, including Clarota, angrily lash out with a mind blast. Some of you manage to shrug it off, but the rest of you find yourselves, your bodies locking in place.
Teleport us out of here.
It doesn't work like that.
Scanlan, you're actually unable to physically move. Pike as well. The rest of you manage to just resist the mind blast. You're about to be swarmed by the rest of the
Son of a
entire
bitch!
city.
Take
Let's roll initiative, guys.
Gotten out of here.
Right?
I'm
You got
gonna
something
cast Hunter's Mark on
magic
the
shit.
Elder Brain and shoot Hail of Thorns.
The arrow shatters into a hole. Clarota and the one nearest to it both kind of get behind the pillar for a second and manage to reduce the damage a bit, but the other 2 are completely pierced all over their bodies with shattered pieces of these kind of jagged thorn arrows exploded all over them in the Elder Brain. You hear this almost like the shrieking in your mind, like the actual presence of the Elder Brain is starting to yell out in pain.
I am taking down the doors.
You actually shift into the stonework of the flooring itself and coast through, popping up right out there.
And then I just go,
Boom! The structure gives way and a good 30 feet or so just crumbles down around you. There is a hole above it. Do recall that mind flayers do levitate.
God.
I cast fly on myself.
Bye, Tiberius.
Hold on. I redact that. I'm going to crush the horn with 1,000 pounds of pressure.
You feel that the horn itself is far too powerful for your major magic to have any sort of effect on its physical structure. Not
So
really.
I'm gonna hop on the carpet.
30, that's as far as you can get.
Hey, Percy! That's my turn.
I'm going
can't do
to
it.
start flying straight up. I'm going to take 2 shots with the pepper box at the big brain.
Turn over the barrel of your weapon, fire again, the second one bursting into flame as it hits the top of the Elder Brain. Both bolts sink into the flesh. Clarota's tentacles wrap around your head. And you are currently grappled.
And stun.
Pike, you're stunned currently. The mind's still reeling from the pain. Go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw.
I just rolled a 1.
Your physical form is still unable to pull yourself out of that continuous psychic pain.
But I just want to stab it as many times as I can, standing on top of this thing.
It doesn't miss, but as you strike down for it, there's a psychic field that's defending it,
Okay.
and your blade just is held at bay by the protective sphere.
Okay.
This one's also going to turn around, and its tentacles are going to attempt to wrap around Pike's head. These cold tentacles wrap across the front of your field of vision, and you can feel this weird, toothy, pointy, grinding sensation beginning to push towards the back of your skull. Now the 2 intellect devourers, I want you to go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
That's
20, natural 20.
natural 20. So you feel a similar blast of kind of screaming energy like you feel from the Illithids, but it's more primal and more just kind of guttural. You manage to just shrug it off from your mind and angrily look down at this weird fleshy, creature. The other one moves up and attempts to blast you again from the opposite side. Make another intelligence saving throw.
19.
19. Once again, the other one, you feel from the back of your brain this shunning impact, and you just shrug it off, looking over this way.
Smart!
I'm grappled and stunned.
Yeah, so go ahead and make your saving throw. You resisted the mind effect, but the tentacles on your head are now locking your brain in place, and your eyes are kind of rolling back in your head as you feel the Illithid's mouth begin to push against the outside of your head.
I gotta break my grapple, right?
Oh yeah, just go ahead and roll an athletics check.
1.
A natural 1.
This guy.
Natural 1. It rolled a 4. So it's still holding you in place. You have your axe you picked up off the ground.
I'm gonna try and throw it at the elephant that's
like
holding on to
whaling.
Scanlan.
Okay. Slams into the shoulder of the elephant that's grabbing onto him. You see it kind of look up at you angrily, and a large portion of its chest is now gashed open and blood is pouring from the wound. But it's still holding tight right now. So you pull on the chain of returning, it yanks the axe out of the wound, and you catch it in midair. Let's roll better, guys. This is looking really dire.
I'm gonna put Hunter's Mark on the one attacking Scanlan.
Not on Scanlan, on the one attacking Scanlan.
Oh, right, sorry. That's
Out together.
both arrows. One embeds itself into the wound that Grog had left with the axe, and you see like the body tenses. Clarota kind of stares up at you with this beaming, angry look in his face. Your second arrow, you bring down and release, and it pierces the side of its face, gashing through and embedding itself in the chest. You can see now Clarota's looking really rough, but it's still taut.
You've all done your work. Now it's time to feast.
I knew he was gonna do that.
What? None of us knew that.
I totally knew he was gonna do that.
All right, that ends your turn. Keyleth, you're up.
I don't trust Clarota. I don't trust Clarota.
I'm gonna phase down, I'm gonna pop up, and I'm gonna break the well.
Your fist slams into it. The side of the stonework crumbles inward, and the liquid that it kind of sits in is now pouring out.
Hope they have flood insurance.
Worst Schwarzenegger action line ever.
Man.
Hope you have flood insurance. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take the other chunk and just
Okay.
punch it.
You break out the second half. Now the entire side of it is open. All the fluid just spilled out on the side.
I said, I run to the door.
No, we never closed the other door.
You start seeing a series of other entities slowly making their way up from the downstairs tunnel area.
I bring over the horn, and right at the tip, on the carpet, I let it go. I turn to where the door is, obelisk of stone. I seal up the entryway.
It's a little over 5 feet wide.
Great. So I only need one. I seal that one. I'll seal the other one. I'll use the other one on myself. And I'm gonna cast blur on myself.
Both sides of the walls are now sealed off with pillars.
Before I go anywhere, I'm taking a shot at Clarota.
Scanlan, as you're stunned, you feel the tentacles swirling around the back of your head. Teeth are grinding into the back of your skull, and you feel this horrible pain as all of a sudden Clarota's mouth is beginning to find a way towards your skull. And then the tentacles suddenly go limp. As the back of Clarota's head a mess.
Some people have no sense of fucking honor!
In a split second, your longtime ally, now turncoat, is scattered across the stone floor. You released, you're no longer stunned.
Yeah, so I'm gonna fly down towards Vax.
Pike, it's your turn. You feel the teeth of the Mind Flayer beginning to scrape against the skull.
I'm gonna run down the center over Clarota. I'm gonna step on Clarota's. I don't know if he has nuts, but whatever's there. Run around Scanlan and place his fucking hat on my head, and then in the back.
here?
On Pike.
I can't get back there. So if you
that's
think
not
that I
nice.
could have run around the Mind Flayer, put on
5, 6, 7,
party
8,
hat.
12.
Yes, you
Good.
can.
Right there.
Okay, great. So I'm gonna start stabbing him in the back.
Okay, so the first dagger sinks into the back of the neck. You carve a giant section of the side of its head as it still remains taut and clenched on the pike. Its eyes glaring at you, basically telling you, "Look what I'm about to do to your friend."
Okay. So I take the other one, flip it in my hand, and then stick it into the neck.
The first one you stab in the side of the head. You pull back. You toss it in the air. Catch the second one as it bursts into flames. You place the searing dagger down into the center of its back between its shoulder blades. Its back tenses, and as it does, it kind of reaches back and tries to grab for the dagger. As you pull back the third one, it brings up one arm kind of to stop you as it goes in to directly go after Pike's head. You then stab it right in the front of the skull. Its eyes kind of roll back in its head, and its tentacles limply drag off.
As a bonus action, I would like to Goodfellas kick him about 8 times in the ribs.
Oh my god. Because that guy was next. If we didn't kill him this turn,
He would have killed Pike.
she would have taken 55 points of damage.
50!
Both of these elephants just plane shift.
Yeah, get the fuck out!
We should probably get out of here. They're coming up the sides.
I run up to Pike. I grab her hand. I want to have babies with you. Let's get out of here. So now I come to you with Dimension Door. and we get out just to the roof.
Can I try for the third time to break free?
You break out of the creature's grasp. Suddenly, it's like reaching at you from behind the bars. There is a Lady Kima who's turned to stone.
Oh no!
Right here.
Alright, cool. I'll pick her up, and I start trying to climb up the rope.
Rage climbing, like yes,
One-handed.
like one-handed up the rope.
Oh.
Just in the outskirts of the temple side here, 2 more illithid that are making their way up the side of the
Oh,
temple.
fuck me.
With about 100 or so just now gathering towards the bottom of the temple base.
Get on, Trinket!
I'm gonna
Get on,
grab
Trinket!
the trinket for some reason.
So I'm gonna start burrowing or up the side of the temple so I can pop out next to them.
You kind of have a brief look at the outside of the wall, and on the opposite side, there are 2 other mind flayers, one more coming up on the side, and another troll behind it. The troll's slamming under the side of the bricks that you left up.
Oh my god.
And these 2 illithids are starting to look up and see you moving up, and their eyes go up and they can see the opening of where the wall collapsed earlier, and they both look up and kind of start drifting up towards it.
I cast Fly. I cast it on myself. I cast it on Grog. I cast it on Trinket.
Okay.
And I...
Make your way up top, and you're now hovering. Trinket's now having another Peter Pan moment with you on his back, awkwardly. Pike, go ahead and make an intellect. Finally shrug off the effect of the mind blast. Your eyes clarify.
Does she fall in love with the first thing she sees?
The first thing you do see is Scanlan holding you. You're now outside of the temple.
Scanlan, are you hurt?
I'm fine, baby. How are you?
I'm great. Well, not really. Okay, mass cure wounds.
Cast it on yourself, man. Oh
Yeah,
no.
You're at 6,
You
yeah.
need
6
it.
hit points. I recommend it to you.
DM recommends it.
Yes.
Lightly
Yeah,
recommend
I
it.
We're so
recommend
close
it.
to dying again. I was so scared.
So bonus action. I'll give Scanlan a kiss on his cheek.
Okay.
Oh, do I get inspiration for that?
You do. You get D6 inspiration dice.
I'm never gonna watch it
My,
again.
my,
I'm on my way, but before I go, let me kiss you goodbye. Dagger, 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 stabbing into the brain before I leap onto the carpet. And I grab Percy around the neck and go, kiss him around the cheek, and say, let's get out of here, you bastard.
Do I get an inspiration point for that?
No.
I'm just gonna reel straight up.
You guys are at the top, looking off to the side. All of the illithid that are rushing up the tunnel, there's a sudden flash of purple energy in their eyes. Like now the Elder Brain has come back online and is reconnected with its people.
I can keep flying up.
All of a sudden, like, the rope is really easy to go up. It's nothing. You're just going hand over hand. The troll bursts through the door, filling it with the 2 mind flayers behind it. Both begin to drift up.
No!
They're going to attempt
How are we gonna get out of
2
here?
mind blasts. The only person that's in the radius would be Scanlan and Pike. Again.
I'm just looking into her eyes the whole time.
You manage to resist the effects of it. You take 22 points of psychic damage, and once again, your brain clenches.
good thing you
She was
healed
at
yourself
23.
fine.
And good thing you healed yourself.
She was at 23.
Yeah.
That's 22. That's 1 point.
When you see her eyes kind of roll back in her head as she reaches up and grabs the side of her head again,
Is that big scaffolding still hanging over it?
it's currently dangling over to this side, precariously hanging.
I'm feeling handsy. Bigby's hand! Alright, so I take Bigby's hand and I sort of try to wrench it off, but in the direction of the
Go ahead.
the brain.
Wrenches forth and snaps. The entire structure begins to be pulled at an angle. Slams down into the side of the brain and then coming to rest on top. And for the first time, you can see a part of the brain is actually torn open. Immediately, the 2 mind flayers that were floating up look down, freaked out, and begin moving towards the brain now instinctively to defend it.
So then I want to attack the Elder Brain again.
Release this one, aiming towards the now torn open wound on the side of the Elder Brain as the arrow sinks in, and you hear all of you simultaneously in your heads this scream, this screech.
I'm gonna take the rest of my burrow speed to get up to the top, drop Earth Elemental. Would you say
Nothing good ever comes out of this.
our brains are made up of water, right? I'm gonna cast Control Water, and I'm gonna take the brain where it's already kind of sliced down the middle, and I'm just gonna rip it apart.
You manage to find a way to pull moisture out of parts of it and actually deal damage to it as you're beginning to shrivel sections of the brain. And you now have currently in the air a small kind of amorphous globule of brain fluid that's just kind of floating there on this.
Scanlan, smell it.
No,
Smell it.
no.
I suggest we go to the beach immediately.
Agreed.
As I say that, I go and throw a fireball right at that
Okay.
fucker's head.
This giant echoing explosion blast down from below. All of you at the top, you're underlit momentarily. Smell of horrible burnt flesh as part of the elder brain now that was originally dehydrated is now
like
also
bacon.
burnt and singed. Pike, go ahead and make a saving throw.
16.
16. You shrug off the effect.
Yeah!
I head to the beach.
As
Take
it
the
gets
wheel.
more and more damaged, it's waking up more and more, and it looks like it's actually gaining power the longer
I
it's
take
been
some,
awake.
and then Percy yelled in my ear, so I take some of the little carpet tassels.
You manage to move the carpet all the way up of.
Grab the gnomes.
You get to the top, you look over, and you can see there's probably close to 20 mind flayers that are swarming up the side.
I pull out bad news.
Yeah!
I'm going to lie down on my stomach, hanging off the edge of the carpet, and I'm taking a shot straight down.
You see the section of it that's kind of charred and burned gets blown off, and now there's a corner of the brain that is just an open, gaping wound. The purplish glow on the inside is pulsing more and more angrily. It's taking a beating, but it's hanging
Oh
in
my
there.
god!
Oh, I'm gonna turn into a huge pterodactyl and carry some folks.
Okay.
What?
There's only one person I can take.
Scanlan swoops down in both of its claws, grab around your arms, and lift you off the top of the temple, flying after Tiberius.
So I'm just up and out.
So you just awkwardly fly with Kima under your arm. You do have 2 Illithid that get up to the edge. They're going to attempt a mind blast.
Go on, man, we're gone.
Trinket and Vex freeze in place.
First and foremost, I'm gonna get on the carpet.
Trinket is currently catatonic, going, like barely like holding herself right there. Like you can see like she's struggling with the flight spell, like she's kind of levitating for a second, then hitting the ground.
Can I do this? Okay, I'm on. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm on the carpet. I'm gonna cast Grasping Vine from the carpet and wrap around trinkets and have like a trinket toe vine.
Okay.
Like a Mason Day parade.
Oh, Keelan!
Wraps around both you and Trinket and pulls you guys hanging behind the carpet.
I'm steering us the fuck out of here, man.
And you look down and you swear you can see hundreds and hundreds of sets of purple glowing eyes. As you're moving, so are the eyes.
As soon as I land on the beach, I cast Circle of Teleportation.
You, as Tiberius, you land on the dirt. Immediately begin casting Circle Teleportation. You begin scrawling the circle on the ground, running your finger across the gravel surface to build the runes. The rest of the group eventually catches up to you. You and Trinket manage to shrug off the effect. You finish the incantation. You place your hand down in the center of the sigil. This tearing sound pulls out of the middle of the ether, and this kind of purple shimmering doorway opens up above the circle sigil that he had crafted in the center of the beach.
By the blessings of Bahamut, I choose Imam.
I run right through.
Run!
You all rush through the portal one after the towards the very end is Grog. You bring up the rear, holding Kima. You go rushing towards it as it begins to slowly close. It only lasts a round. You barrel through just in time as it closes behind you with a sparking sound.
We are time bandits.
Everybody get out of there? Oh, fuck.
You all emerge within a small 20-foot by 20-foot white stone chamber.
Just a quick request. She is made of stone.
Hold on. We still have the horn to deal with.
The horn is on the carpet. It has been specifically not touched.
I think we should get it out of her field of view before
I think we should put it in the bag of holding.
I'll do telekinesis to lift the horn off.
It'd be fine in the bag of holding.
As you open the doorway, it leads into a secondary chamber. This is an 80-foot diameter circular chamber now. There are a series of other doors, almost in respective rows. In the center of the room, there is a semicircle desk, and you do see what looks to be an elven man sitting at the desk, kind of half falling asleep, and as soon as the doorway opens, he kind of looks up.
Just walk forward and pull down the cloak and say hello.
Stay right where you are.
No danger here.
Who else goes there? Who else? Please step outside. Prepare yourselves.
Hi.
I cast Dispel Magic on Scanlan.
And the bear.
He's real.
We have no expected arrivals at this hour.
Okay.
I need to know your business, your names, and your affiliations immediately.
Just tell the Emperor that Vox Machina has
arrived.
returned from Craghammer.
I am Gatekeeper Xanthus, the evening keeper of the Traverse Junction here. The hour is late, not past 2 hours past midnight.
We would love to report to the Emperor of your great hospitality at this unfortunately early hour, and we would look forward to reporting of all of your kindness and good housekeeping.
If you would please submit a report for your reasons for using the Lyceum Junction property. Tomorrow, I'm sure that would suffice.
In the meantime, we'll just go to our keep that we have.
Grayskull Keep.
Gives you a.
You may have heard of it.
A disbelieving look and kind of goes, very well. Well, here, let me show you out. The gatekeeper says, all right, well, here's your way out. Have a wonderful evening, and do please return for your report on the morrow. Good night. The doors slam behind you as you guys exit.
Holy
now,
shit, we survived!
you look up, and for the first time in close to a week, you can see stars. You can see a crescent moon. The most beautiful night sky you've seen in all of your years.
I ruin it with a fart.
Let's go drink it.
I was gonna say, what bars are
We've got a lot of bling and a cursed horn. The sky's the limit.
I know. How far is the keep from here?
I'd say it's probably a good hour walk.
Oh,
We can do a pub crawl. We'll just have a beer at every pub we hit on our way back.
I like it.
Yes,
do it.
Let's
do
that.
Pub
Pub crawl.
Should I go just in a bush just behind
And do what?
Pee or something?
No, and cast greater restoration on Kima.
No.
We want to enjoy
Put it in the
this.
bag.
We could bring her around and introduce her. It could be like Weekend at Bernie's.
Okay, great.
I put a fancy robe around Kima's stone statue.
This is so messed up.
Starting with the Laughing Lamia Tavern,
Oh my
you
god.
buy drinks, laugh, chatter, and kind of take in the lively atmosphere that you would find at 3 a.m. Eventually, you all manage to make your way towards the outer wall of Iman, make your way around the bend to the large grass hill that is surrounded by the river that kind of skirts the outer southern portion of Grayskull Keep. You make your way to the front gates.
Who goes there? Speak your mind, or a bolt for the throat you'll find.
I cast light.
Sitting on kind of the watchtower perch, Shay Tranter, one of the
What is Shay?
mercenaries you
I
hired.
Hello.
Hope you remember
Hi.
us.
Shay!
We're drunk.
We pay you.
Well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? It's been nearly a week since you left. Ordell, open the gate!
Ordell?
One of the other half-orc guards that you hired before you left.
Shay, Cordell, Jarrett, Kendrick, and Natiba.
Our staff is so unappreciated by us.
As the gate slowly opens, Cordell walking out. Welcome home. As each of you guys walk through, he kind of claps you on the back. The front door opens on its own as you're about 10 feet away, and peering from the inside of the low-lit interior, you see a woman's face. You're back! Fantastic! It's early! And she kind of rubs her face, and you see as she pushes the door open a little more, she's wearing her nightgown, and who's that? And points to the large stone statue you're kind of dragging behind you.
Oh, we decided to get a statue for the garden.
Should I make everyone a meal? Are you hungry?
Starve.
Yes.
I'll get right to it. And she turns around, and you see further down the hallway, Erwin Dastel, your older halfling servant, kind of shuffles up with his nightcap on.
The hour is late of your arrival, but I can't say I'm not excited to see you. I will go back to bed.
And he kind of shuffles off. You guys make your way into the main dining chamber. You guys all eventually find yourself sitting. Take a very deep breathing sigh of relief.
Should we unstone Kima or should we sleep on it?
Leave her to stone tonight. We deal with it tomorrow. And I go to bed.
I turn him into a rat.
I do have
I can still cast as an animal, right?
Nope, you cannot talk.
I still go to bed.
I
So
pick up
much.
the sleeping rat and just kind of scooch him.
Raghammer is potentially in grave danger, am I right?
We'll let them know, but we may have time. We've hurt them very badly.
Before we unstone Lady Kima, what are we gonna do with the horn?
The only person here who would remotely know is you, Tiberius, and I don't.
He's
think
a rat.
Oh, that's a good boy.
And he's asleep.
He didn't seem to know anything. I think Alora is the person to
Will
go
you
to
need
right
to
now.
share it with us?
Should wake up from bed.
Why don't we just wake up Tiberius?
You start to wake up, and then he scritches his out of your cheek, and you go right back to sleep.
Oh no.
Lena comes out with plates for you guys and sets up these
Thank God.
kind of not pretty but functional meals of cooked pork, some fine mashed potatoes.
So why are you guys so against giving the horn to Kima?
I just feel like if it's so terrible, why does she want it for herself?
She doesn't. She wants to hide
Does she want to
it.
destroy it?
Fuck it. I walk over
With
and I
sound.
take the rat out of Vax's hands and I shake it awake.
He's still a rat.
I
Into
spit
Tiberius?
on Tiberius's head and I rub it in vigorously.
Scanlan,
is now
come
matted
on. Scanlan, he's nipping. Scanlan, Tiberius is nipping. Please.
All right, fine. He's a human thing again.
Not human at all.
A dragonborn.
Why did you wake me up? It was so complicated. I'm sorry. I always have scales. It was nice having
I was
fur.
trying to
told
tell
you.
them you were
Is it-
fine.
I just want to hear
What is
your
wrong?
lovely little explanation, darling, about what the horn is and why you don't trust Kima.
There is nothing that you can use this particular artifact for any any reason of good.
So why don't we destroy it?
That's exactly what we need to do.
What if they want to destroy it?
I don't think they wanted to bring it back.
Question.
There is
Why?
the liquid hot magma that was below when it was being held was very sufficient for it to be thrown in.
But your crushing fist couldn't destroy it, so maybe lava can't destroy it, so maybe it needs something extra special that only they know about.
It's the sword of Gryffindor.
No, Pike could destroy it.
Excuse me? I don't think that's true.
Light destroys darkness. Pike, you're the only one.
Rock beats scissors.
Exactly, Scanlan. If your weapon had any kind of light enchantment on them, could probably smash this thing to bits.
I think they want to destroy it.
I'm of the opinion they probably want to banish it somewhere.
How about we rest, we put the horn in the bag, we wake up Kima, we go, oh, we brought you back, sorry we don't have the horn. If we did, what would you do with it? And then we decide what we do.
When we meet her, I don't think we
Or
should
we
have
could tell
it. I
her it's
think
being
one of
kept in
us-
a safe place.
One or two of us should take it away.
I'll leave with it.
You could hang
Anywhere
out in the
else.
temple downstairs.
Yeah, sure.
I fall asleep
Safe
on the
down there.
table.
It's very nice.
Shall we sleep?
Let's sleep and meet with Kima in the morning.
This
Beautiful.
was a fabulous breakfast. Good
Vax
night.
gives his sleeping sister a wet willy.
Ah.
And I put my head right in my food and fall asleep.
I go minxy and I
Okay.
curl up by the
Yeah.
fire.
No.
Would you like to
I'm
be
a
rat?
kitty cat.
I like being furry.
Well then, no, because I'm still punishing.
You guys all go to rest for the evening. As you all wake up, the smell of fresh breakfast food is already kind of coming through the
That Pike stank from her armor.
So you guys head down into the dining room again. Kima's still standing there with the maul left where she was. Grog is still face down, like on the table, kind of grabbed the
shit.
plate
We
held
probably
against
should've
his face
woken
with
him
mashed
up.
potatoes across his cheek.
I know.
I start
but
awake.
sleepy.
With food on my face, and I wipe it off and eat it.
Ew.
So I'm gonna go down to the, what is it, the temple below the thing?
You head down into the Temple to Sarenrae, which is beautiful. It's all like a giant 2-story stained glass, three set walls with trees and hedges set up and flowers.
I'm gonna go to the treasury first. I'm gonna take out 500 gold pieces, and then I'm gonna go up in my room and cast circle teleportation.
For the blessing of Bahamut, I choose Draconia.
Tiberius is gone.
I'm gonna stand behind Kima,
Face her towards the
face
wall.
her towards the wall, so I cast Greater Restoration.
Her stone armor turns to gold, and rapidly her entire form goes back to flesh. As she finishes her swing with the maul poof, against the stone wall, just
Everything's okay, everything's okay, we're out of
Fine, it's
danger,
fine.
we're at home,
Guess
it's
what?
okay.
We are alive.
just kind of drops the maul for a second and kind of
I just get the
Leans her back
leftover
against the
like
wall.
mashed potatoes from breakfast.
Like breakfast.
Like she's gonna want that.
thank you. What happened? She's not even using the utensils. She's just like scooping it with her hand at this
So
point.
we
She's
killed
hungry.
Kavan, right?
And
then
funny story,
and
you
then
were
a-
right about Clarota. He was horrible. We killed him. We should have known all along. You were right. We should have trusted you. Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Thank you for bringing me back with you. You could have easily have left me back, and I appreciate that you took the time. Where's the horn?
it's not here.
It's in a safe place.
If you had secured it, what were your plans?
I was to go in there with a team and retrieve it. If it couldn't be destroyed, at the very least, we could convene and decide a safer place to possibly reseal it and forget. Regardless, I appreciate that we're all alive and we're together. Where are we?
Grayskull Keep. It's in Iman.
We're in Iman. That's wondrous. We could speak with Allura. She would have the wisdom to know what to do with this next.
What if an army of darkness was slowly approaching Iman to kill all of us?
What are you saying?
Well, we didn't. There was a lot of bad guys down there that we could not kill.
It would be folly for them, especially knowing that we're aware to attack now.
You would destroy the horn?
If we had the means of doing so, yes.
Can I go downstairs and go get Grug?
Okay. As you walk past, you are immediately met in the hallway by Erwin. A scroll came for you, or some sort of a summons. The Sovereign Uriel has been notified of your arrival and would like to see you at the council chambers post haste.
I'm still gonna go get Grug, but I'll pass the scroll around.
Or
Hey,
critical,
Grug!
or
Come
Rock Machina?
upstairs.
And she asked about me.
She definitely did.
She did, yeah.
Make your way back in. Kima finishes her meal, and you guys are chatting a bit. If I may ask, how did you seal it?
Hello,
It's in a
Lady
very secure magical item.
I use my druid craft as he enters to make like little sparkles and like lightning bugs appear around him.
It's good to see you alive.
More than alive, I think.
He actually pulled you out of the cavern with one arm while you were stoned, out of the whole place.
Oh, stop. I don't like to brag.
I thank you, friend Grog.
Friend zone.
And then and then reaches out and gives you a big hug.
Oh.
Plus, he decided not to put you in the magical bag
Which is
when
good.
you were a statue. That's
She releases
big plus.
the hug slightly and kind of gives you a keen look. Also appreciated.
Why don't you go rest? We'll summon Alora, and we'll continue the conversation from there.
Is there a room I could rest?
Yes.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
use my room.
No, how about...
There's a guest room.
We have a guest room.
Right.
We should use it. I would have had your back, by the way.
We'll go ahead and pick up next session at that point.